Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, you can call me Vic or Victoria. Um, I kind of took a 1 month hiatus from this channel. That's mostly for like health reasons and I've just been caught up in like testing crochet patterns for people because I've been learning how to crochet like at the start of like May, and like yeah, just my hobbies have been consuming my time, and like I haven't really had any ideas because okay, let me just get into the whole health thing. So after like a few weeks after I posted my first what I eat in a week, I kind of started slowly slipping into an eating disorder, and like really caring about like being like small. Um, so yeah, that's why I haven't really been posting that many what I eat in a week videos. Cause okay, trigger warning. I have been restricting a lot, and I have been doing like one meal a day diet, which is like severely unhealthy. But and I kind of reached out for support, but the therapist that hosted the like kind of group therapy deleted my comment because it was too triggering for the group. But anyways, I'm just going on off onto a whole another tangent. What I'm just gonna get. Okay, so today's video is going to be about all about my project C, which is a book that I'm writing. It's my first ever book that I plan to publish hopefully by the end of this year, or if not early 2024. And like sort of the main message that I want it to be about is like navigating like your 20s and just adulthood. uh so it's like in one sense it's kind of like a cheesy like coming of age story, but it does have themes of feminism, infidelity, identity, loss, and grief. um So it's I don't really know what genre this is. I don't know if I just like invented a whole new genre. I don't want to credit myself as that, but like I don't really know any books that are like both like half of a chick lit, half like more novella esque. And I say novella because there's a social hierarchy in like social class, and like there's definitely like the rundown part of, and like the rundown ghetto type of part of town, and then like the wealthier kids and like popular stuck up like and stuff like that. So there's that aspect of it, but it's also a chick to talk about non-romantic struggles that women face. And surprising, which I didn't do this on purpose, but there's more female characters in my book than there are male characters, and for that, but I'm trying to fix that by adding not just like adding random minor male characters, of course, but seeing where I can fit more men into my story. And of course, one of them is going to be a misogynist, and others are going to be like on the women's side and pro feminism. The main premise is that Charlie, which one of my characters, is of diverse racial background. She's half Arabic, Greek, and Cuban, but I mostly explore her Cuban heritage. There's this scene in the book where they talk about their crushes and like over the phone, and Lena like talks about her, like refers to her crushes with the pronoun they, and Carly like she's like notices it, but she doesn't want to pry. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to make Lena LGBT. Yeah, I'm really excited about this whole idea. I've been wanting to write to become a published author since I was like 13 or 14, and now I'm gonna turn 21 at the end of this year, which is wild. I've had this passion for a long time, but before I used to just write short stories on Wattpad. The main character is a little bit like me. She's kind of like very anxious, very reserved, very awkward, and like not like pessimistic, but she has a lot of conflicts, and she doesn't handle conflicts very well. And Lena, on the other hand, she's very optimistic and like she's not like stuck up popular type of character, but she's very optimistic. She knows what she wants. She's very driven and like determined and stuff, which is a side of me that comes out at times. But yeah. Okay. And Esther, she's inspired by somebody that I met while I was Baker acted. This woman that's very colorful personality. She's like super funny and like quirky and super colorful. Uh, which is really cool that I took inspiration from real experiences. And I'm pretty sure the woman that is based on, she did say she's Arabic and Cuban. I don't know about Greek. I don't know if she said she was Greek, but she is Arabic and Cuban. So, yeah. She's kind of wild and calls everybody a Nazi. Well, just like, whoa. The main character's dad is kind of like, he's a great father, but he has his major flaws, and he's kind of like very like, what do you call it? He's very like classist, and he only cares about superficial things, but he sort of wants his daughters to be rich and financially stable, and like he cares more about money than like what his daughters really want. So that's kind of a conflict in the story. And then Lena, she's a photography student, and she has like this ambition to be a concert photographer for Lizzo and Lana Del Rey. Her mother's a pilot, and as she's flying to the border of San Diego, she crashes the plane. So there's several injured and a few dead, and she's among the injured, but she's in a coma. So like Charlie has to live this whole chapter of her life whilst her mother is in a coma. And then Darnell, her father, meets this woman, Esther, because she's like there to visit her diabetic brother. And so that's how they meet. Those two people, they meet at the hospital. Those two characters, they meet at the hospital. And this is where I kind of was iffy about the whole writing process, but they soon like start to get closer to each other, and then they're not like married, but after the prologue, but like they're living together, so they're like settled down, so technically Esther is Charlie and her sister Daisy's stepmother, whilst her biological mom is in a coma. So yeah, it's kind of like an interesting type of thing, and I could even go into like, I almost like spoiled the ending, but I hope I don't get to like 20k word count and then I realize this is just like plotless garbage, because I really don't want that. But there's definitely going to be some grumpy ex Sunshine, which if you don't know what that plot is, it's basically like a super happy-go-lucky, kind of like sees the world through rose-colored glasses type of character. And then like think like Red from like that 70s show, that's grumpy. Okay. That one's pretty self-explanatory, but I've been watching all of Anna News. I think she's Australian and she's a writer. I've been watching all her plotting a book in a day video, the foolproof steps to writing a novel and stuff like that. And where I'm at in the whole writing process is I'm place plotting. Like, so I pulled up Google Docs, and I put up a table, and I'm telling myself the story in short sentences before I actually do my first draft, and the first no, I already wrote the prologue and some of the first chapter. Kind of, it wasn't like just like I just winged it and like did sort of vibes. I just introduced the characters and the main like um the main events and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to like from chapter 2 to the ending. I'm like writing the plot in short sentences and focusing on dialogue and action, but there's like very little character voice and like tone and like sentence like fluidity and like yeah, that's where I'm at. And how they're going to react if and whether the characters are going to be reactive to these new settings and environments that they're being placed in. That's not the only book that I'm writing on, but the other one I haven't even gotten that far yet that I don't feel like it's even worth sharing because it's just like a mustard seed of an idea and it's just like yeah, I haven't even it's more of a sci-fi fantasy book, but I have a lot of world building to do and I know like okay, I know like how to start where the book is going to start, but I don't have a clear ending. So I don't want to talk about this idea cuz it might not lead to anything. So, yeah. And if you got to this point of the video, comment a wave like seashore wave emoji so that I know you're here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe I could do a video like giving you guys sort of like ideas if you're in the writer community. Maybe I can give you like writing prompts um and hopefully inspire you guys to maybe even write a short story or a full on book. I don't know. That'd be interesting. It wouldn't be like genre specific. It's like a bunch of different genres that I could pull from.